back.
One more time.
We never left. That's an inside joke from Howard Stern. We're here with episode 3 of Life in Jest.
Yeah.
And they said we wouldn't make it.
But here we are.
We did it. It was so exciting when I finally uploaded the first episode.
I know,
What a
that's
thrill.
crazy. I went through so much to get that.
You know, I remember when I started using the computer, I couldn't figure out. It was actually Word Perfect. It wasn't even Microsoft Word. I could not figure it out. I thought I would never be able to write on it, and here I got 20 books, so I knew I'd conquer this eventually.
Yes, you sure did.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure, we'll definitely get better and better, especially with technology, but I think we're doing okay.
I think so.
Here we are in Studio 31.
I can never remember that number for some reason.
Yeah, it's 31.
Like Baskin Robbins.
Is that what they have? 31 flavors?
I feel like they do.
It could be. They look pretty good when I go in there. Anything looks good when you look at it. Does ice cream ever look bad?
Yeah, I hate Carvel.
Really? I think it looks amazing.
Ugh.
Oh.
No way, I wouldn't be caught dead in there.
But Cold Stone Creamery looks really good because they mix it.
I've never
Oh my God,
actually-
they take like whatever fillings you order, and it's like a little like an operating table. It's like
Yeah.
they're operating on it, and they chop it all up and they smush it all around in it. It's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know why I know that. I don't think I've ever been in one.
Maybe I told you.
Maybe.
I didn't actually eat it. I was picking it up. I've never had it.
Me neither.
So, but one day.
Goals.
Anyway, welcome back to Life in Jest. I'm Selene Castrovilla.
And I'm Pascale.
Thank you for being with us. So we're going to do the opposite of attachment. We had attachment and then attachment part 2, and now we have detachment.
Ooh.
But it's specifically a bad detachment. Well, I don't know. Yeah, detachment can be good, I guess, if you have to get away from somewhere. But this one is detachment murder-wise.
Oh, well, that's heavy.
No, we're going to make it fun. But first, we're going to do a WTAF. Remember what that was? You don't have to say it.
Something.
Well, you know WTF,
Yeah.
and then the A is actual. Okay, so this one is someone that has just been, I just been chomping at the bit to talk about this guy. He's crazy.
Who?
And that could be so many people. RFK Jr. Like what?
I know.
Seriously, WTA.
What is going on there?
I mean, I can't imagine how he could be the son of that guy. The other guy was he was wonderful. I mean, of course, he had his faults with Marilyn Monroe and all that. But, I'm talking like he cared about the world. He cared about the country. He really wanted to help it. RFK, I mean, I can't imagine. Okay, let's go over this. First, he announced that a worm had eaten part of his brain.
Yes, I really love that. I don't know why. I think that's hilarious.
Well, shouldn't you have your whole brain if you're going to be the president?
Yeah, well,
What part of the brain did he eat?
I don't know. The part with sense?
I just don't. I mean, it's insane.
Oh, yeah.
And then the story about the bear, that he put the bear in Central Park.
Yes.
Okay, first he said he didn't hit the bear. He said he found the bear dead, roadkill, right? It was a cub, which is sad. It's sad anyway, but that makes it
very
more
sad.
sad. So he took a picture of his arm in the bear's mouth, and it got all bloody because the bear was bloody.
You don't do that to roadkill?
I don't know. I get so upset when I see roadkill.
Me too.
Oh my God, it's the
I
saddest
wouldn't
thing.
stop and touch it.
No, but it gets even worse. But when he
Yes.
put his hand and I guess someone he was with took the picture, or maybe he did a selfie. I don't know. Then he said, "Maybe that's how I got the worm."
Brilliant.
I mean, has anybody tested him for his IQ or anything?
I don't know, but his wife.
I know.
His wife came out and said that she does not support Trump.
I know. Well, I think they were sending her threatening letters or something.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how she could be married to this guy. This guy's insane.
I don't know. Wasn't there a whale story too?
Oh, that's next. Yeah, but wait, let me finish with the bear.
Sorry.
So he wanted to take the bear home. I guess, what was he going to do? Mount it or something? I don't know. Apparently, he's a fascination with dead things, right? But he puts it in his car, and somehow like forgets it's there, like loses track of time and goes out to dinner with his friend. And then he has to catch a plane. Man, I forgot I had that bear in this car.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
How do you forget you have a bloody little cub in the back seat?
I don't know.
So we couldn't take it on the plane. I'm surprised at that. I'm surprised he did not try to check that bear, right?
Maybe it was over the weight limit.
He doesn't care. He's a Kennedy. I mean, like, I just imagine that he would like pack it in a suitcase, like, you know, put it in a suitcase and check it and hope for the best. I mean, is it illegal to take a bear on a plane? A dead bear?
Think so.
Why? Well, I don't know why that would be illegal. Why would that be illegal?
Because it's a decomposing body.
It's not decomposing yet.
It's going to.
Yeah, but not yet.
I know, but what about the fluids and stuff? That's disgusting.
I don't know, but I think it would have been a better thing to do than what he did, because putting it in the park, you're scaring the hell out of people. And like, how did this bear get here? Like, this is a man that wanted to be our president, but he thinks it's fine to just like make a mystery of how a bear got there. Like, well, what's he going to do with the nukes? Oh, how did that nuke wind up landing in the Netherlands?
I forgot. Yeah.
And so then I don't even know why he admitted it. It came out. Oh, I think somebody found out and they published a story about it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like probably the New Yorker, they're always doing that kind of stuff. And somebody I went to high school with works for the New Yorker. She's like a movie reviewer or something. She works there. But that's a side note completely. I have a stream of conscious mind. But I would not run for president. I know that I should not do that. So then he says, so then he admits about the bear. And he's like, I was running late for my plane. I didn't know what to do. I mean,
did anybody ask him why he would pick up a bear to begin with?
I think he said he wanted to take it home. Like maybe he was going to eat the meat.
Oh,
which is so vile. But I mean, people do that.
Eat bear?
I think they do, don't they?
I've never heard that.
Well, I'm
before.
pretty sure Richard Christie's father would eat it.
Yes.
He would eat anything except maybe a rat.
Or a dog. A lot of people won't eat. Well, no, I shouldn't say that.
Ew.
There are countries where they eat dog.
Oh, I know. It's so disgusting. Well, for whatever reason, that was the bear. But then his daughter had told the story years ago, and now it's resurfaced, of the time Dad cut off, chainsawed off a whale's head and put it down the top of the car. And she said, it was the rankest smell I ever.
Yes, I heard that.
And it's funny that people are just like digging up stuff that was said a while ago, you know, as anybody should do. But I mean, people should have paid more attention at the time.
What is his problem with animals?
I don't know. But, you know, whale conservationists said that was illegal what he did, because they don't get to study whales much. And they look at the bodies to learn about them. And it's also it's the same thing as you're not supposed to tamper with a corpse, you know, mutilate. Right. It's disrespectful. I don't know if it's disrespecting the whale, but it's the same sort of thing where they don't want you to tamper with the whale. And to do that in front of your kids?
It should be illegal. That's horrible.
And they were talking about how the juices...
I know.
The juices were coming down from the top of the car, and they had to put the girls put plastic bags over their head. And I thought they were just trying to suffocate themselves to be done with him.
I know.
But it was just to keep the juice off their heads. This is life with father.
It's so disgusting.
I bet you those kids are messed up, because you can't be normal if this is like an everyday activity with your father. Like it was just a day in the life.
I know. I don't know.
It's like the Glass Castle. You know, those people were pretty crazy too. But I was jealous of them.
Why?
Because all those kids had each other, and I didn't have anybody.
That's true. It's better when you go through it with somebody else, when there's a witness to the craziness.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I remember my friend said to me, I think you're the only person in the world to be jealous of the Glass Castle kids.
Yeah, I think so.
But
great book, by the way.
Yeah, it was good. Didn't you think it got a little long?
No, I liked it.
You know, well, I didn't personally meet her, but Michael, somebody I know met her, and she lives down in Virginia, and she goes fox hunting all the time.
Okay.
And everybody says she's really off. Oh, that's mean.
Can you? Well, I mean,
that's just hearsay, people. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she goes fox hunting. That's sad.
Oh, I don't like that.
You would think with her, what happened with that cat. That was the saddest thing with the cats in that book.
Oh, I don't remember.
let's not talk about it. But, but I mean, you would think she'd care about animals.
I don't know how anybody does that.
I watched the fox hunt and it was horrible. I was like so upset. I would never go back. I mean, they don't shoot the fox. The fox doesn't get caught, but he could be dead. He could dead of a heart attack, and it's just luck that he doesn't get caught.
No, it's like torturing an animal.
Yeah, why would you do this?
I don't know.
Didn't anybody ever see The Fox and the Hound?
Oh my God, my son loved that movie.
It was so sad.
It was so sad.
Thank God that he saved him in the end.
Oh yeah, he watched that movie over and over.
Oh, that was my kids watched that, and then Mike. I think Michael's favorite was The Aristocats.
I loved The Aristocats when I was a kid.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
Boy, were they betrayed by that guy, Edgar.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so I just think that man's insane, and anybody he endorses, I would never want to be endorsed by that man.
No, I wouldn't either.
So I had a lot. That's been stewing in my mind for a while. So then we have not just stupid, but stupid. We have a category for that. And that is, have you heard of, I'm sure you've heard of it because it's been on Howard, raw dogging? No?
You mean in a sexual sense?
No, okay, well that's, no, there's a new trend that people are doing. And I guess they never, I'm like, every time they say it, I'm like, don't you know what that means?
No, what is that?
No, but you know what it means. Like I know what it means the old way, what they talked about.
Yes.
But no, it's, Howard talked about this. Have you been paying attention or not?
When did he talk about it?
Before vacation.
Oh, I don't remember.
It's these guys. It's kind of what Ronnie does. The guy is a guy Howard Stern. They go on the plane and they just stare at the back of the seat. They watch the the plane when the flight plan thing. They watch only that. No music, no TV, no sleep, no water, no food.
Like Putty on Seinfeld?
Did he do that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're proud of it. It's like they announce it on TikTok. Just raw dogged my 7-hour flight.
Why do they call it that?
That's the term. They don't know the other term. They don't. They're clueless, I guess.
That doesn't have anything to do with what they're doing.
Raw dogging it, like taking it raw, like.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, you just think.
It's a stupid name, though.
It was always stupid, but they're so proud of it. It's always just like these physically fit men, and like they're like, yeah, hey, raw dog. I mean, but it's just an exercise in stupidity.
It is.
Like, why would you waste? First of all, if nothing else, rest your eyes. Take a meditation, like relax. You can if you could actually meditate or just relax your eyes, go to sleep. If you can, try to rest. If you're not, I think that's a great plan. But to just stare at a flight plan like an idiot.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. I mean, I do periodically check it when I'm on a flight, but I'll watch TV, right. I'll read a book.
Well, something. I mean, or go to sleep, whatever you're going to do. But and what about and water? You really need to hydrate on a plane. They always tell you that.
I have to tell you that I am guilty of that because I hate that claustrophobic bathroom.
Yeah, but you need to hydrate.
No, I always do. I end up doing it anyway. Yeah. But
they even give out water like in the middle of the trip if it's a long trip. They want you to drink.
Oh, yeah. I feel very claustrophobic in that bathroom.
It's not a fun room, but I mean, what are you going to do? Like, you could really hurt yourself if you don't hydrate in the air.
Yeah,
that's what they say. So these guys are just like, and they're perpetuating it. Like it's like a contest to be the dopiest, the longest person to do it. There's I could see, I don't really like any kind of contest. I mean, they're silly. Well, obviously the Olympics is great because that's a craft, right? They're doing.
I know, but what a snooze fest!
Well, people seem
everybody likes it, but me.
The ratings were up 82%.
I know. I think I'm the only person who doesn't like it.
I don't watch it. I mean, if it's on, I will. I feel like I have to watch them, but they've trained so hard. But you know what I mean. I won't. Like if I go to some place and they're showing it, but I don't really watch TV at all. So.
The only reason I knew what was going on at the Olympics is because I was following Snoop Dogg on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, I love. Who doesn't love that guy? That's a guy. Yeah, yeah.
And he was very entertaining as usual.
Of course, he is great.
Yeah.
There's only two people that can function well stoned: him and Seth Rogen. It's amazing. It's amazing. They're like those guys. It's like someone needs to study them. Someone needs to study their brains after they're gone and be like,
Yes.
how did this happen? To be so creative and just articulate and just amazing, interesting people, totally stoned. Because most people are like, "Bleh."
No, I do know people who are interesting.
Really? But do they
Not
work?
many.
But do they like
Yes.
really all day long they're stoned and they do their jobs?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's most stoners that I know are not like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing more boring to me than going out somewhere and everybody gets high and then they just sit there.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I'm like,
Exactly.
this is very boring.
It is boring. Or laughing or something, but nothing productive,
No, I find people who get high a lot, like, it seems like the joy is gone from it. Like, they don't laugh. And
really?
when you first start getting high, it's really fun and you laugh and you have a great time. After a while, it loses that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
I've never gotten, like I rarely ever get high. Well, that's silly. Then why do it at all?
I don't know. I mean, I used to do it.
I mean, no, but I mean, if you lose that fun part of it, like what's the point of it?
I'm not sure.
Well,
I should say I'm speaking for myself.
Of course, we've not conducted studies on anything. This is just our observations and our limited capacities.
Yes, but did I still do it? Yeah, sure I did.
Yeah, I mean, I never liked it when I was young. I really didn't like it at all. It sometimes even sped up my heart. It really scared me. I didn't like it. But now sometimes, once in a while, I did it. I smoked a joint with. Why are we talking about this? But I smoked one time. I smoked a joint with my son just when pot became legal. I shouldn't say pot. He said weed. Never say pot. I smoked weed with Casey just when it became legal, and I don't know where it came from. I guess he had it, and I only planned on taking like 1 or 2 tokes, but I looked down and I'm like, oh my God, we smoked the whole thing, and all of a sudden I felt like my heart racing, and I felt all these like symptoms, and I knew, I'm like, no, this is okay. It's not real. But I'm like, what if it is? So I tried to find an EpiPen that used to be in my kitchen cabinet years earlier. My son Michael had an EpiPen, right?
What was an EpiPen going to do for you?
I thought I was having an allergic reaction. Like I thought there was a chemical in it or something.
No, you were just really high.
Okay, but I didn't know. That's what I wanted to do, was find this EpiPen. And I'm like talking to him, Kat. Like we're still having a good time. I'm trying, like I'm not letting him know. I don't want him to, because he didn't like, he got upset if you got upset. And I didn't want to worry him. But I couldn't find the EpiPen. I'm like, Case, I need you to do something. He's like, what? And I'm like, I need you to call 911. So he called 911. He was pretty chill about it. He called 911. And it was during the pandemic, and my kitchen was filled with paramedics and cops, right? Like nobody had a mask on, It was the middle of the pandemic, and so I was like, I'm this and this. I'm telling them I palpitate. I don't even remember, but I was freaking out. So Casey goes, weed is legal, right? And the cop said, yeah. He goes, yeah, she's stoned. But it was sweet because he knew if you feel like something's wrong, you really need to be examined before you feel better.
I've gotten that high before, and it is really freaky.
Yeah. One time I used to do Airbnb at my house, and these 2 young girls, I only took 1 toke. And all of a sudden I was like, everything was spinning and this and that. And they went to the room or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God. I called Casey. He goes, don't worry, just eat. And I made something to eat, and it was the best food I ever had.
I know.
Anyway, so that was completely off topic, but it was fun. What's the hell? We just ramble on. But the raw dogging thing, there's no purpose to it because they've accomplished nothing except they're basically saying they wasted hours out of their precious lives doing nothing.
That's weird to me. Like, why would anybody care? Like, who
No,
cares?
it's a contest. Like, I mean, it's not a contest. Like, they're bragging. Like, they want to be the best one
Like,
at
who
it.
brags about that?
Oh, it's a big trend.
Brag about doing nothing?
Well, there was a show about nothing. But the show about nothing really was about something.
Yes.
They would have an episode about raw dogging.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you.
Did he actually do that?
Putty and Elaine were on the plane. Don't you remember?
They were arguing about that guy, vegetable lasagna.
Yes, vegetable
Yeah.
lasagna. That's the same episode.
Yes, but he must have had a drink of water.
No, he just sat there staring off, and it annoyed her.
Well, he was the original raw. That Putty should be the face of raw dogging because he's that kind of guy.
Oh, I love Putty. I think he's so funny.
I love the episode with the Jesus fish. That's my favorite.
Yeah, me too.
But okay, So we are now ready dun, da, 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 for our main discussion, Detachment by Murder. So I said before that I don't watch TV. It's not exactly true. When I come home at night, like at midnight, I like to watch one show to like decompress. There you go. I got the word. And I like to watch. I said this in the last episode, 2 episodes, whenever I said it, that I watch 2020 by default because I don't know how to get Dateline.
Yeah. Do you have Roku?
Yeah.
Because Roku plays Dateline.
I know, but they play one specific episode. You know what I mean? When you turn it on.
Oh, really?
Right. It's like the live TV thing, or, you know.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So I should check and see if it's one I want to see. But I like to like pick my episodes. Okay. Well, you know, we're very spoiled these days.
Yes.
But I'll get Peacock again. I think there's Peacock. I don't know. But anyway, so I watch mostly 2020, but I have listened to all the Datelines as podcasts, and I've listened to all the 48 Hours as podcasts. I mean, it's unbelievable how much I've listened to. Now I listen to like true crime podcasts all the time too, like people like us, but doing true crime. So I love the murders that are spouses or someone in a relationship killing each other. Now, of course, I don't like it. I think it's horrible. But I'm so interested in the psychology of killing somebody that you at least at one point loved, right? Like they always show the wedding picture, you know, and then it's like, how did it come to this? I can understand wanting to get divorced, you know. I can understand even, I don't like cheating, but I can understand it. But, you know, just get divorced. Why would you kill the person? How could you kill the person you love? And they might be the parent of your children, you know. I mean, what is humanity? What are we made of that they do it like nothing, these people?
I know. You know what freaks me out is that those shows always have a case. Like, how much is this going on?
I'm telling you, it's all the time. One just happened on Long Island.
Yeah, I heard that.
The guy killed his ex-wife and her boyfriend. That boyfriend seemed very nice. I mean, nobody should die anyway, but like he just had that face like, oh man, you could just see this is a guy that would give you this. Everybody said he would give you the shirt off his back, and you could see it in him. You know, it's like, and they said he died trying to save her. I don't think anybody really knows that, but it's a nice thought. But I mean, first of all, the guy knew. How did he not know he would get caught? You know. So now he's killed them. And did you hear that he called the daughter? He called his daughter and lured. Like, he didn't say, "I'm going to kill you." Obviously, she would have told her mom. You know, but he got her out of some pretense to come out to the car, right? And then I don't know. I don't know if she didn't have her phone. I don't know why she didn't call her mom. Just say dad's acting really weird. I don't know how old she is either. So I guess she was confused. It was late at night. She got woken up. This is no way her fault. But I'm sure she feels horribly about it. Like, can you imagine? You know? I mean, but to do that to your kid, he calls her out and puts her in the car, and she's in the car while he kills them. And then he comes out, and she was texting her friend like, I don't know what my dad did. I don't know how my mom is. It's like, my God, what's wrong with this guy that he could do this to his daughter?
I don't know. Some of them kill their kids too.
Oh, that's the ultimate evil. That's the ultimate evil. That's true. But I mean, but how did this guy how did he not think he would get caught? He did it he got his daughter out of the car. She knows he did it.
Maybe he didn't care. Maybe he just needed to do it.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of them do. A lot of them, the ones I listen to, a lot of them believe that, and you know what? A lot of them almost do get away with it because you need so much friggin' evidence.
Yeah, you really do.
I mean, it's not enough that they had the same kind of gun, the same kind of this and that. It's like you basically, if you don't have DNA, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
You know? And so the old murders now that are like, they pretty much knew the spouse did it, but like they didn't, and they saved evidence.
Right.
Like I was just listening to one about the killer clown. This woman liked clowns and everything, and then the clown came to the door to give her, supposedly to give her a present, and he shot her. And the son was sitting in the other room. I mean, like,
wait, why did the clown shoot her?
Oh, the clown.
Did he know her?
I'm not done with it yet, but I believe it was the mistress of the husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she dressed herself as a clown because I mean it's all pointing to that. And they found her hair with the clown hair in a car, but the DNA was in infancy at that time. It was like 1990 maybe. And I think it took 30 years for the DNA to work. And then so that now I didn't finish listening, but I know that they solved it, so I'm pretty sure the woman got arrested. But still, she walked around for 30 years for free, you know? Which is disgusting. But now you really can't get away with. Well, I'm going to talk about why you really can't get away with murder now. But I mean, in the old days, people were just getting away with it left and right, left and right. You know,
of course,
and sometimes people got convicted that didn't do it. You know, like it's just crazy. But but to me, I just think about the psychology of it. Like I just to do this to someone that you vowed to protect, that someone that you held and said you loved them, just get a divorce.
I know, but just because you say you love somebody doesn't mean that you do.
No, well, so okay, that's a good question. So you don't think they ever love them, or you think
I don't think that's every case, but I think a lot of people fake it.
so? You think that what? So why did they get married if they didn't love them?
I personally think that a lot of people think they should get married and have children, and they find somebody who fills whatever needs they have at
So
that
it's
moment.
it's like for appearances, for fitting into society.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think that's everyone. Don't get me wrong.
No,
I think there are people who initially love that person and then, but I don't understand if there's not something wrong with you to begin with and you just snap and kill somebody, like that seems far-fetched to me.
That's true. So, but I guess the question is, do they even understand their own psyche at all? Or did it, you know what I mean? Did they know what kind of a person they were? That's an interesting question.
I don't know, because like, okay, I can, not that I ever understand killing somebody, but I can see doing it in the moment, being so angry that you kill them without, it's the, what is the word for it? The pre-planning? What is that called? Premeditation. That I don't understand.
Right.
Because, I mean, to think about it and plan it to me is something that's been off with you all along. That's
right. But if you do snap and kill, you would call the police and admit what you did.
Oh,
right?
no one's doing that.
I know. But that makes it worse, you know.
It does. It's just, what I'm saying is I can see heat of the moment.
I could too, yeah, I guess. But I do, you know, there's so much build up to it. Everybody's like, they were fighting this and that. Somebody, and the woman, like this one with the clown, she told her kid and she told her mother, if anything ever happens to me, so the husband did it. Well, if you know that, why are you sticking around?
I don't know.
It happens all the time.
Does.
That they literally tell people, and then they die.
Yeah, I've heard those cases a lot too.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like I don't know what I'm trying to understand, but I'm not getting anywhere with it. I would like to speak to the victims and see like why did you stay? Because it's like this one, her son was 21 and the guy wasn't his father, so there's really no reason they could have left, right?
I think there's a lot of reasons people stay. I mean, there's the obvious financial, reasons. I think a lot of people have I think that abusers kind of beat your self-esteem out of you. Like where you don't think you can do anything for yourself, like where you don't, like you have no faith in yourself that you can get out and live any kind of normal life.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, a lot of times, I know this is really terrible to say, but even if they get away from them,
I know
they find them.
Sometimes, yeah. That's another one I was listening to. Someone that she worked with got killed by a partner, and that's what she was worried. And she did take some steps, but not enough, I guess. And he killed her. I don't know. Well, I keep watching them, hoping. I don't know. I wonder what's going on inside everybody's heads. Like, is it something? I think sometimes you can see these guys are just complete narcissists or something.
I know.
For sure.
I have to say, haven't you ever known somebody like that where you could totally see them doing that?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Someone immediately came into my mind.
Yes, and I wouldn't be surprised if at some point somebody told me that happened.
Moment, yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah. It wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah, you knew right away when I told you I knew someone that got arrested and it was a girl, and you knew right away who it was.
Yeah, because
you're good with that. You should be a profiler.
Because people will show you who they are. You just have to pay attention.
Yes, Maya Angelou. I don't know. I think I do that now, but it took me a really long time.
It took me a while
Yeah.
too. I didn't start off like that,
Yeah.
as you know, because you know my history,
Yeah.
obviously.
But well, at least some people never learn at all. So I think we're lucky that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for people in these relationships.
It's awful.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you don't feel like you have a choice.
And I think, but I think that is a mistake because if they knew they were about to die, they'd obviously somehow find the way to go, you know?
Yes.
But it's crazy. But okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about before I give you my list of true crime lessons that are never learned, I just think I called it What's God Got to Do with It? It's so ironic that most of these people on these shows are so religious, including the perpetrator. As a matter of fact, people often commit murder because they don't want to look bad in their religious community by getting a divorce. So it's okay to kill, but not divorce. I mean, what is that, right? It happens all the time also. They're always, like this guy just now I was listening to, he was this is a different one. I listened to two of them on the way. An anesthesiologist who killed his wife with carbon monoxide. Now, seriously, no one's going to question this?
I guess so.
He's an expert on gases.
Yeah.
And he somehow had a fan blowing in his room at that day because the wife had spilled something. He blamed the woman he murdered for why he needed the fan running. So that's why he survived, because of this fan.
Well,
but it turned out he closed all the vents except it was awful. So he was talking about faith because they interviewed him. You know, they always interview them up until they get, even after they get convicted, they interview them. But he's like, I just prayed and prayed, and well, if the Lord wants me to go to prison, I guess I'll have to do it. Like, what?
really?
Oh my God! Everybody's praying. Both sides are praying. The murdered woman's family praying for guilty. The other side praying for innocent. I mean, it's like it's a prayer off. It's like what is God doing here? Like, and so my other question is, why doesn't God ever protect these people?
You know my answer. Should I say my answer? I'm sure people are not going to like it.
Well, we're going to talk about, yes, you can say it because we're going to have a whole other episode.
Because he doesn't exist.
No, that's not true. I think he exists.
I'm not.
Okay, but I have a
I'm
worse.
more on the fence about it.
I told you about my experiences.
Yes.
Now, I was raised without religion.
Me too.
But I was like dragged to it, and only for him, he brought me to believe, and then he stabbed me in the heart. So I'm done with God. And I'll have more to say about that in another episode. So stay tuned. And I have a really good reason. I haven't really spoken about it yet, but when you hear my reason, I'm sure you would feel the same. Well, not really, because a lot of people still pray after this happens to them. I don't know, but you'll see. Okay. So, yeah, the God stuff, and when you see the episode, they've always got a big, big cross on it. Like, it's like, well, okay. At what point do you realize that God is not going to protect you here?
I have to be honest. Okay, so I should clarify. I'm sure I said it. I'm on the fence. I'm not a believer, but I'm not...
Disbeliever?
Yes, I'm not closed off.
Okay.
But it has been my experience personally that a lot of the people I know that are religious are terrible, terrible people.
Well, that is, I know. Why, if they're going to church and doing all these things, are they doing terrible things? Exactly.
I don't know.
That's what I was saying about the murderer and everything, yeah.
And they really make other religious people look bad. I mean...
I just don't get it.
I know there's a lot of religious people that, and good for them. I'm glad that they have faith. And, I mean, my grandmother was like super Catholic.
Yeah.
I mean... Even if she couldn't get to church, she would watch it on TV and pray with her rosary. She was die hard.
Yeah.
And
if it's comforting, it's great. But I just don't understand why it's like why people can do all these horrible things and just blindly believe in the face of all these horrible things. I don't know, but
I don't know.
It's interesting. Okay, so let's turn to the true crime lessons that apparently never learned because they happen over and over and over again. I'm like, I know a lot of people watch Dateline, but why don't they ever just take it in?
I don't know. It's like horror movies where, they always do the same stupid thing. Like, don't go look for anybody. If you are in a dark house and someone walks away,
No.
Let them go.
And why would they walk away?
Right. It's survival of the fittest.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't
Yeah.
get it. Yeah. All right. For the number one thing, people, when they're even being questioned, you're not necessarily arrested yet. They take you in for questioning, and people just babble on ad nauseum.
Yeah,
Blah,
they really
blah,
do.
blah. And the guiltier you are, the more you babble, right? And they've never learned the very simple sentence, I want a lawyer.
I know.
Just get the lawyer. Because once the lawyer comes in and you said that stuff, they've got it on the record.
Yes.
Now you got to make a story having to do with that. I mean, even innocent people do it too. Like everybody, like, oh, I could explain it. Da, da, da. No, you need a lawyer because you don't know the law, fool. And you just shut up.
Oh, yeah.
And that is amazing how many cases are made on what the person said, because a lot of times when someone lawyers up, then they can't make the case because it's weird. The rules are the lawyer really does control if they can be questioned. So the people are so dumb. I think that might be the overall thing. Number two, I just want everybody to know that people can tell when you're faking grief. People grieve in different ways for sure.
Of course.
For sure. But you can tell when it's exaggerated.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can tell when you really don't give a shit. And yet these people don't even try to mask it. It's just, it's again, I think the people that are overreacting really think that they're the smartest person in the world and they can just fake it. And of course, everyone's just going to believe them. It never occurs to them that they're actually under suspicion, even though everybody knows that the first people that are looked at are the spouses or the people closest to somebody. It's just the rule. But they don't seem to know that.
No.
Okay, don't buy garbage bags and cleaning supplies after you kill somebody. I mean, do you not have any in your house? Does anybody have these things already?
I guess not.
I mean, it's like, oh, shit, how am I going to clean this up? Well, this blood, what am I going to do? I mean, I don't get it.
I don't know.
When I was, I think I was 21 or something, this guy, Matthew Solomon, it was Christmas Eve. And he was having Corbel, I still remember, it was Corbel champagne with his wife. And he claimed they got into a fight and she walked out. This is a common thread of women walking out in the cold night with nothing on,
Yes.
Just like, I'm going to go now. So he was all distraught and he's like, he's looking for, and searching and this and that. He's taking them on searches, like when he knows exactly where can you imagine? And how did they get him? They had him on surveillance video at 7-Eleven buying garbage bags. And they were saying that he did it very gently. Like he was just like in other words, they made it very clear that he was in no way distraught. He was very cool and calmly, and they had a weird word for it. It was almost like he embraced the bags.
And he went to 7-Eleven?
I believe it was 7-Eleven. I could be wrong. I think it was like a convenience store, I think. Yeah. Well, where should he have gone? It was late. It was Christmas Eve.
I don't know. At least a big box store where people are less likely to remember you than a 7-Eleven.
No, well, they do have surveillance everywhere, and people get caught at Home Depot as well. But Home Depot was closed. It was Christmas Eve. Well, I mean, I know that. I'm not saying I'm not. I just know that everything closes down like 7:00.
Yeah,
you can only get anything at 7-Eleven. But I'm just like, didn't you have any garbage bags in your house?
No, they never do. They never have garbage cans, garbage bags, bleach.
These are common items.
Yeah.
So stock up, people.
Well, please don't.
I mean, no, it's a joke. It's a joke. I don't, but I'm just saying, like, just number one, don't kill, obviously. Yeah. That is the number one lesson. But I mean, it just for anything, think about hey, you cannot get away with anything these days. There's cameras everywhere. And that happened when I was 20. It was a long time ago. But I mean, now they have high def. It's even worse. You can't, they have the Ring doorbell. They follow people through the Ring doorbell cameras as people travel the streets.
And those pictures are very clear.
They are
whenever
now,
you see the suspects on the news, those pictures are crystal clear. You can tell who they've
really changed, because in the old days you couldn't. It's kind of like a sonogram.
Yeah.
Now you can see the baby's face. Before it was like, what is this?
Yeah, you can really see that baby's face very clearly.
She's had she's having 2 grandkids, and we see their faces. So cute.
Yes, it is very cute.
Yeah.
Well, some of them are kind of disturbing looking. I hate to say that, but it's true. Some of them are very. If the baby's moving, it looks very
Couldn't they wait for the baby not to be moving to do it?
No, because you don't know when the baby's going to stop moving.
I would feel that the baby probably would move when you put the stuff on there. Yeah. Cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that. Okay. So, what was I going to say? Oh, DNA. I mean, that is the mother of all reasons why you shouldn't kill anybody.
Yeah, you know you're going to leave some.
They do. They always leave something. And why do you want that pressure on yourself? Why do you want to do this to yourself? Did you want to kill somebody that badly that you have to worry about this? You could be watching TV. You could hang out. You could have some popcorn. You could read a book. But no, instead, you're worrying about fibers of your hair, fingerprints. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, if you're going to kill somebody, if you're okay with killing somebody, I guess you don't really,
Are they okay with it? Like, I guess they are.
They must be.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But DNA is impossible to get away with it because now they're matching DNA with relatives when they run it through the crime.
Yeah,
they have the registry, but now they do it on anybody that did like 23andMe or what's that other one? The other one.
Oh, that's the one I did.
I did the other one too. Ancestry.
Ancestry, yes.
They run it through them, and people are being contacted, and that they're the family, and then they track down the person. I mean,
that's how they caught the Golden State Killer.
That's right. And the person who did that was not even a scientist. She was a woman that was helping people find birth parents. She approached the cops and said, I think I could help you with crimes because I was been able to. She had this she was doing this. I'm like, I think that I could help you with the crimes. So they laughed at her, like, all right, give it a shot. What do you care? So they gave her it wasn't first the Golden State. It was a few other ones. She found them, and then they gave her the Golden State, and she found them.
Good.
Yeah. And now she's like got a new career as like an investigator. Like this is what she does full time. But I mean, she wasn't doing she was doing something that anybody that knows how to, because she was it was called like something angel, like a birther angel or something that was trying to help people find their birth parents. She was not trained in anything except they told her the technique. And what it takes is a lot of patience because you have to keep doing it. But it doesn't take any special skills. She's not a scientist or anything. She was a lawyer, but that was like she was retired.
That's pretty great.
So, I know. So forget it. It's over. So the next one is digital footprint, dummy. Like, hello. Memo. Just because you erase your text doesn't mean they can find them anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you're so screwed. And when you have a phone, your phone is just monitoring everywhere you went. It hits those towers. It knows where you are.
Absolutely.
It knows when you're sleeping. It knows when you're awake. Literally, because when you're awake, it knows when you touch the pad to go on it.
Right.
It knows everything. So there's absolutely no way to get away. And if you don't have the phone, if you left it home, they're going to want to know, why was your phone in airplane mode for 2 hours? Like you can't get away with anything.
No.
It's ridiculous. Just stop it. We could save so many lives because you're not going to get away with it. Do you want to sit in jail for the rest of your life or be executed? No. So stop. Just say no to murder.
Yeah, I don't think these are really rational people.
Well, some of them, I mean, if they pre-plan it, I mean, they're doing it for the money, like, these insurance policies. That's another one. Don't let anybody buy an insurance policy in your name. Like, it's not a good idea.
No.
It's like you got a target on your head, okay? If you decide to buy an insurance policy for your loved ones, don't tell them you have it. They'll find out when you're dead. It'll be fine. They'll be lovely. Yes. Get a little special treat. Do not tell anybody. God, it's ridiculous. Don't take a polygraph. You're going to fail. And even if you're innocent, you could, it's not going to do any good because if you beat the polygraph, they're going to say, you knew how to beat the polygraph. It's to no advantage. It's not admissible anyway, but they all they announce the results of the polygraph.
I know. I don't know how that's still going on.
I think polygraphs, having watched them on Howard Stern, I do think, oh my God, I love that guy that does the polygraphs on Howard Stern.
I know. Where's he been?
They did one recently, not that recently, but I don't know. I love this. There's this guy that does a polygraph, and he's Ed Torian. I love him. I Googled him to listen to his song. They make songs about him.
Yeah.
He's so funny. But I do think it works to a certain extent. It's just as someone under suspicion, there's no reason to agree to that.
Right.
None. It's not going to work. Yeah, I do believe in them. But it's not admissible anyway. But they announce to the public if you failed, and there goes your...
and then you're screwed.
Good luck with the jury pool. Okay, don't poisons someone, it'll come out in the toxicology. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good way to kill somebody. They'll die, but like, what? Hello. You get a few months. You better get the hell out of here because when that report comes back, it's over.
Yes.
It's so stupid. That woman that wrote the children's book. Oh my God. This woman, Corey Richard. Right. Yeah. I mean, it appalls me because she self-published a really shitty book, but she murdered her husband. Now, this man knew he was being poisoned. She tried 2 other times. He started to eat a sandwich and he got violently ill that she made the sandwich. Now, wouldn't you save the rest of the sandwich and take it to the police?
Yes.
But he didn't. And then she did it another time. She gave him a drink. He drank. He got violently ill.
Maybe he didn't want to believe it.
No, he did believe it because he told his family.
Oh,
he said she's trying to kill me. But apparently he was like trying to, apparently he was in love with her. But if someone's trying to kill you, all the love in the world is not going to help there.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. But also, and he was very rich. And he was trying to, I guess, change it. He was trying to do some things. He did change his will and didn't tell her. She was infuriated. He's left everything to his sister for the kids,
Yeah.
But someone's trying to kill you. You've told people. Tell the police next time, fool. Don't stick around. And she killed him. She killed him with fentanyl.
Really?
She bought it. She told everybody else, oh, he was a pill pop. He was on drugs. Does he always give a bad name to the person they killed, And then she did not get away with it because eventually when they did the toxicology, but it took a year for them to arrest her. And in that time, she wrote that children's book. She must have planned it, in advance. Like, how am I going to get money? And she was on like TV promoting it because she and her children wrote this book so she could help her children get, work through their grief with the father that she killed. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the woman. I mean, unbelievable, right?
Yes, that's balls. Wow.
It's unbelievable. But people do that all the time. They want to show how generous and loving they are. It's insane. Yeah, the poison's become really popular lately. Guy put poison in his wife's smoothie. And
I shouldn't laugh, but wow.
And you know what he didn't when he got to she kept getting sick but not dying. So when he got she was fine, she was in the hospital, and she said she was hungry. This woman ate what he gave her, and she went into cardiac arrest.
Oh my God!
And they didn't put it together till I guess at that point they might have, because he was a dentist and he was ordering arsenic. I mean, what do you think? No one's going to check what you bought? Stupid. All right, then, and my last bit of advice on this list that no one ever learns is learn the word divorce.
Yeah,
it doesn't
really.
matter. You can spend some money, but at least you won't be in jail. Even if you hate the person, think orange is not the new black.
No.
It's going to be like being in Home Depot for the rest of your life. And the coffee's going to suck in jail. Okay, suck. Right?
I think everything about jail sucks.
Only if you're going to get arrested, do a federal crime because they have but murder's not a federal crime. So forget it. You're going to go to those, disgusting. You have to use the toilet in front of people.
Yes.
I think we just close up shop forever. The food must be vile. Everything there is vile.
Oh, I'm sure.
Once in a while, I hear what they interview people like, oh, I'm in this, they have rehabilitation prisons for certain people. I think it's more for women. But, and the woman's like, yeah, I sew and some people earn law degrees, but they can do that in the shitty one too, I think.
Yeah.
But they sews and takes classes and this and that, and she does meditation and she gets counseling. But you don't know, you're playing Russian roulette, and even then you're still locked up. Okay,
exactly.
If you can't think of the person, think of yourself. You don't want to go to jail for the rest of your life, and you might get the death penalty too. And narcissists don't like to die.
No,
I don't think so. Okay. Here is how to avoid being murdered. Okay? If you're having an affair with a married man, which is not a good idea, not nice, don't tell him if you get pregnant. All these girls think that the guy's going to leave the wife for them, but you know what happens? These girls are murdered over and over and over again. It happens. One guy killed her with his wife. Together, they did it as an activity.
Oh my God.
Yes. Well, it was even this is a spoiler in case you never saw the movie Girl on the Train or read it. The guy and girl on the train killed her because she was pregnant, the girl. Not the girl on the train, the other girl. The girl on the train was his ex-wife. Just by coincidence. Oh, by the way, I knew that guy did it a mile away.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. But it happens all the time. Trust me. I hear about it all the time on these things.
Yes. Nothing good is going to come. First of all, have we not all learned that having an affair with a married man 90% of the time does not work out in your favor?
And even if it does in the beginning, probably later on it will be bad.
Right, because you still have to live that same life with the person.
It wasn't the guy who cheated, and that alone is, cheaters cheat, and that's it. But if you insist that, you want to have this baby and just lie to him and say it's not his if he finds out you're pregnant, because he's going to kill you.
Yes.
That happened in that other movie, Woody Allen, too. Oh, that was, he didn't write it, but Match Point, oh my God, that was terrible. I'm going to give away every movie. But they're old. You should have seen them. You really have no idea what I'm talking about with that one. That was pretty vague. Let's see. Okay. If your husband or wife makes you a smoothie and you suddenly get sick, don't keep eating what they give you.
No.
Don't let anyone I told you this already, don't let anyone put a life insurance policy on you. I kind of gave away these. That's sad. Don't think this can't happen to me, because Dateline, 48 Hours in 2020 say otherwise. Okay.
Yes.
This can be you. This can be you, and you don't want it to be you. You don't want to be dead. You don't want to be the killer. None of this is attractive.
No, none of it works out.
No. So, but this is why I really am obsessed with true crime. I think it's also like misery loves company, because I've had some very sad things happen to me, and maybe it's partly that too. Maybe it's some sort of commiseration thing. But I've always been interested in, even before all that, I was always interested in the psychology of it. Because you're seeing the human condition in like its darkest moments, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And when you look at people in their darkest moments, that's when they really become clear. Same thing with like a war. When you look at people in a war, there's no time for them to put on airs. You really see what they're like,
Well, this is why I like Stephen King, because a lot of it is when the horror part is someone pushed to the edge.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of psychological insight. Absolutely,
He does.
I used to love reading his books, but I started getting too upset. I couldn't continue anymore.
I love him.
He's brilliant. He's a great writer. I love his book on writing too. It's an amazing book.
He's just a great storyteller.
Yeah, and he's also a very inspirational person. It's an example of no one is born published, because he kept trying and trying and trying to get published over and over again. And he was a custodian in a school. And one day he didn't have enough money to buy his baby Tylenol once. Okay, so you're not born published. You're not born rich, you got to stick it out. If you love something, stick it out. And then one day he was cleaning the girls' locker room, and he had a vision of a girl who got her period, and she was being tormented by these other kids, right? Yeah. And he also read an article about girls, and the teenage girls get these kinetic powers, right? And so it became Carrie. So he started writing it, but he threw it in the garbage because he wasn't into it. And his wife came and she pulled it out of the garbage, and she goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, I don't relate to her." She goes, "Well, I'll help you." She goes, "I think you've got something here." He goes, "Yeah, like a whole career." But that's what got published.
She's a writer too.
I know.
His wife and his kids.
I know. But I don't think I could handle, if I were his wife, I don't think I could handle it. I need to be the better writer.
I don't know.
I know they do work. It works for them. I'm the alpha writer in my house.
I also love that they stayed together for so long.
Yeah, very sweet. But I think that's a great story, and that could be applied to anything in life. You never know when you have that one thing you're going to make it, and you have to stick it through. And even if you think, "Oh, this could be too hard, I don't relate," whatever. If you're inspired by something, there's a reason for that. Or however, if you have a feeling for something, whatever, you just keep doing. Follow your dreams. It is never too late to be what you might have been, except if you want to be like an astronaut and you're like 80.
Yeah.
But find another dream. Okay. Well, how much time have we taken now?
It's almost an hour.
Okay, good. Well, we're here. We're at the end. Do you have a quote for us today?
I don't. I mean, can I quote a song?
No.
Okay, so never mind.
I know there's sometimes you're allowed like a line, but I don't know the exact rules, and I don't want to stay away from that.
Okay.
Sorry.
No big deal.
Okay, so then the end quote for this episode is, before I say the end quote, don't forget to join our Facebook community. It's good. It's really great. The link is in the show notes. I love saying that. Every month, we're going to be giving away one of my books signed. The first one we'll give away in October is Lunar Rising. And anybody that's in the community is going to be entered to win. You don't have to do anything except join our community. And if you're not on Facebook, we'll figure out a contest for you later on. Right now, we're dealing with the Facebook thing.
Well, tell them what the name of the group is.
It's the Life in Jest podcast community. And there's a link for that in the show notes as well. Everything is linked in the show notes.
Yes.
Including a link to buy my beautiful book, an audio book. It's very fun. The audio book, the guy is so funny that did it. He does a great Jiminy. Jiminy is the inner conscience that speaks to her, so she's not alone all the time. The time she wants to kill her boyfriend. Okay. Anything else you want to say before the quote?
No, I guess that just, comment, tell us what you think, give us ideas.
Absolutely.
And be nice.
Be kind, everybody.
Yes.
Didn't what's her name start saying those kind of quotes at the end of, what's that? Big Brother, right? The one that's married, the woman from Big Brother. Julie, somebody?
Oh, yes.
She started doing those quotes.
Yes.
Be kind. Well, we want you to be kind. I don't mean to mock her. Yes. But it was just funny that her husband cheated on her and all of a sudden she came out with that stuff.
I'm sure I've said it before. You can have different opinions. That's fine. Just keep it friendly.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the end quote is, selfishness is not living as one wishes to live. It is asking others to live as one wishes to live. And that is by Oscar Wilde. That man had a hard life. Poor man. The end of his life was really hard. Yeah, great guy, though. A great writer. Oscar Wilde. Check him out. He's not a wiener.
Wiener? Where'd that come from?
Because Oscar Mayer.
Right.
You know, that truck crashed the other day, and I can't get it out of my head.
What, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile?
Well, it was being carried on a truck, and that truck crashed, and the Wienermobile came flying on.
That must have been a sight.
Where's my wiener? I don't know why they need a Wienermobile. I guess it's cute. I don't know. Little phallic there. All right, on that note, bye for now.
Good day.